All right, this is the second video. Gastropods are the next one we could find. Gastropod really just means stomach foot, and they're snails. We call them snails. They're sometimes confused with ammonites, but they curl this way around like this. They're called stomach foots because they have a foot that comes out of the bottom that they move around with, and their stomach and their mouth and everything's right down by their foot. They kind of look like these. These are sea snails, and you'll see the nice curls going up. That and you will find some gastropods in there. They're not ones that live on land. They're ones that lived in the water. Sometimes you even find them like this. Crinoids are another one, and Lilipa is based off of a crinoid. Now, a crinoid looks like a flower, but it isn't. It's an animal, and what it does is here's some of where it holds into the ground. Okay, it has this little backbone thing here, and these arms with some feathers. These feathers out here filter feed, so they come up and they just clean anything that it could eat in the water like this. It would just grab and bring to its mouth in the center down here, and bring it. And you have all this is like almost like its backbone. So those are called crinoids. Um, they're also known as feather stars because they look like that, or sea lilies. They're harmless creatures, and again, they have some Pokemon that are based off of them. Now, when they die, those backbone thing right here, this stem, is falls apart. They look like buttons. Sometimes you get parts of it. A lot of times you get these little teeny buttons all over because they just fall right apart when an animal dies. Now, in Lake Michigan, if you go to Lake Michigan especially, you will find them like this in the rocks. They're worn by the water, but you can definitely see all the crinoid parts. Very common to see. Bryozoans are the next one. They kind of look like branches too, so they're kind of confusing, but they are would be all together like this. You'll see, they're another filter feeder because remember, a lot of things lived on the ground of the on the bottom of the seafloor. Here, how they look. They look like branches again to me, um, and but all those are little organisms that would eat. Um, filter the water out and make sure it's nice and clean for the animals. And then we have sea urchins. Now this is just what the bottom part would look like, the base, but they would have all these spikes too. But usually we find just the spikes overall. You can find these; they're more rare. I think Pincher, what's his name, Pinchurkin, was named after him. So they almost look like little club spikes when you find them there. Now, what we're going to be doing is you're going to be getting a whole bag full of all different ones that I collected. This is a place I collected at. This is what it looks like, and then you just walk around here and you look for fossils, and then you get to pick them up and kind of like. And we're going to be sorting them into the like types with your buddies. Now there's a lot. You're going to get a lot of them, so you really need to help me out here because we're going to be doing what scientists do. We're going to be sorting them and counting them and looking at them, and then we're going to be seeing which ones we have the most of, and why would that be? Why all these? Why do we have all these, and how many do we have of these? I will say that you probably are going to find a lot more clams and brachiopods than anything because if you think about it, there's a lot more shells when you go to the seashore. Those are little organisms that live on the bottom. So when you look at, let me go back to it. Here, all that bottom stuff would be all those little shells. You might even find some coral on there too. Here's your crinoids, and so yeah, this is a 425 million years ago, and we're going to be doing this fossil sort. And your buddies are more trained, and they will also have a little sheet to help you sort. I hope you